Coming up on Sports Tavern Talk, the NFL trade deadline has passed, and we'll take a look at back how these trades fare out. Also, we got highlights from Week 10, and it is now time to dive into playoff predictions. All that and more starting now. Hello and welcome to Sports Tower Talk. I'm your host, Elijah Loyola. We got a lot to talk about between the big details that happened to all the trades earlier this week, and that we can now start to dive into playoff predictions. But for now, let's get to the highlights from Week 9. We hit to Paycor Stadium where the Bears and the Bengals gave us a game to remember. Starting out in the fourth quarter, Bears run a trick play where wide receiver DJ Moore gets the handoff and takes it all the way for a Bears score, seeming like Chicago has put the game away. But Joe Flacco and the Bengals aren't out of it yet. Jumping past the 2-minute warning, Flacco finds tight end Noah Fant over the middle for the touchdown, and Flacco keeps the offense on the field to go for 2. On the attempt, Flacco finds T. Higgins for 2 points, and after that, the Bengals went for the onside kick and recover it, giving them a chance to make a comeback. With less than a minute and a half to go, Flacco, on a first down, will find T. Higgins for a big play as they connect, and the offense will now sit inside the 25-yard line. And on second and goal, Flacco drops back, looks over the middle, and throws a touchdown strike to Andre Josivas, which might have won this game for the Bengals. But Chicago has one chance to get into field goal range and to win it. So Williams, running a motion, drops back, throws to the middle to the rookie tight end Colston Loveland, who bounces free from the defender, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. The Bears win it in dramatic fashion with a final score of 47-42 and advance to 5-3 on the season. Next up, we got the Lions and the Vikings at Ford Field. On fourth down, Jared Goff finds tight end Sam Laporta for the first down as he takes it all the way inside the 25-yard line. And on third and long, Goff, trying to find anyone, is going to be brought down to the ground as he is sacked by Vikings defensive lineman Jalen Redmond, forcing the Lions to settle for a field goal. So here comes Jake Bates for the kick, and he gets blocked, and it's picked up by Isaiah Rodgers, who might go all the way. Only needs to beat the kicker, and Bates shoves him out of bounds inside the 35. Jumping ahead to third and goal, J.J. McCarthy looks to try to run it himself, but the Lions defense rejects it, forcing the Vikings to settle for a field goal. And they do, getting the 3 points, making it a 10-point lead. With only 2 minutes left, the Lions need a touchdown to stay close with Minnesota, and on third down, Goff throws a beautiful pass to Jameson Williams, who spins around for the catch and dives into the end zone for the score. One last chance for the Vikings to seal the game away, and McCarthy throws it up for Jalen Naylor, who makes the catch, and you could say that Naylor put the nail in the coffin as the Minnesota Vikings come into Detroit and pull the upset with a final score of 27-24. We then move on to Foxborough, where the Falcons visit the Patriots. Heading to the fourth quarter, Michael Penix Jr. throws a pass towards Drake London, but it falls incomplete, making the Falcons settle for a field goal, and they do on a 38-yard attempt thanks to Parker Romo to make it a one-score game. On third down, Drake May drops back, fires downfield, and finds Demario Douglas for the first down catch. And third down comes up again. May looking for Douglas, but he overshoots his man, forcing the Patriots to punt. As we go late into the fourth quarter, Penix on fourth and goal throws towards London, as they make spectacular one-handed catch for the touchdown. London was on fire as he had 9 receptions for over 100 yards, including 3 touchdowns to make the hat trick. So here comes Romo with the extra point to tie the game. Snaps up, holds good, kick is away, and it is no good as Romo veers the kick right, making it a 1-point lead for the Patriots. Atlanta's no timeouts. May looks towards Hunter Henry as he gets the first down, and that will do it. The Patriots win it 24-23 as they continue their 6-game winning streak and advance to 7-2 on the season. Alright, we got the Panthers and Packers at Lambeau Field. Starting late in the third quarter, Rico Dowdle gets the handoff and scores the touchdown as the Panthers extend their lead 13-6 against the Packers. On the next drive for Jordan Love, he's going to find tight end Luke Musgrave downfield as he makes the catch and goes out of bounds near midfield. Few plays later, on a 4th and short, Love is going to get the snap and make a quick strike to wide receiver Malik Heath as he picks up the first down. And just before the 2-minute warning, Love hands it off to Josh Jacobs, who breaks the plane as he scores the touchdown to tie the game up. With 2 minutes to go, Bryce Young fakes the handoff, dances around, and is going to find Jalen Coker for the first down catch. And Panthers, all they need to do is just run the clock out. With less than a minute to go, Dowdle's going to get the handoff again and find the gap as he gets the big run near the 30-yard line to make the field goal attempt easier on a windy afternoon. With 1 second left on the clock, Carolina will go for the field goal. Snap is away, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good! The Carolina Panthers pull off one of the best upsets of the season as they win it 16-13. For our last game, we got to see the matchup between KC and Buffalo. Starting in the third quarter, Josh Allen dumps the ball up to Khalil Shakir as he finds open space and goes out of bounds near midfield for the first down. A couple plays later, Allen looks and is going to go deep for Elijah Moore as he makes the catch in double coverage, giving the Bills a 1st and goal opportunity. And on 3rd and goal, I think the play is pretty simple as Allen gets a snap and gets pushed in by his teammates for the score, and Buffalo will extend their lead by 15 points. With the Chiefs needing to score, Mahomes goes deep downfield for Hollywood Brown as he makes the catch and goes out at the 45. Few plays later on 4th and 1, Mahomes hands it off to Kareem Hunt as he easily gets into the end zone untouched. And they decide to go for 2 with Mahomes throwing a quick strike towards Kelsey as they get the 2 points to make it a 1-score game. KC gets the ball back after a punt from the Bills, and Mahomes going deep for Xavier Worthy, but no, it is intercepted by the rookie Maxwell Hairston. Buffalo couldn't do much but waste the time, so Mahomes has 1 shot left, and he takes it by throwing to Worthy again for the first down inside Bills territory. One last chance for Mahomes as he goes back deep, throws it downfield, and it is incomplete. And the Buffalo Bills win a thriller with the final score of 28-21. The rest of the games were similar to the others. The Ravens looked to be back on track at the right time with Lamar Jackson returning, and the Broncos continue to pile up wins as the season progresses. The Steelers put on a masterful performance on defense, taking the ball away 6 times and winning 27-20 against the Colts. And the Niners, Rams, and Seahawks continue to win games as the race for the NFC West division gets tighter by the week. Week 9 definitely shows some great performances over the weekend, so I want to give out my game balls to some of the best performances between teams and players. So let's take a look at it. We'll start in Pittsburgh, where the Steelers defense, after having a subpar performance against the Packers, they came in and shut down the Colts offense. Pittsburgh applied lots of pressure to Daniel Jones, and it paid off. They came away with 5 sacks and 6 takeaways. 3 of them were interceptions, while the other 3 were forced fumbles recovered by the defense. Jonathan Taylor couldn't do anything else either, as he only had 45 carries on just 14 attempts. The Steelers need to keep up this kind of production in order to win the division, especially since the Ravens could be catching up in no time. From one defense to another, we head to Buffalo. Week 9 had the premier matchup between the Chiefs and the Bills. We all know that no matter what happens, these two teams always put on a show. The final score was 28-21, but it doesn't tell the whole story. The defense sacked Mahomes 3 times while also adding an interception. Mahomes had his worst completion percentage of his career with 41.1%, while also being hit 15 times and being pressured on more than half his dropbacks. Brock Bowers deserves a game ball for his performance as well. Bowers returned after a knee injury he suffered all the way back in week 1. And in his return, the offense for the Raiders looked great. Bowers had 12 receptions for 127 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. Too bad it didn't win in the end, only because Geno Smith blew what could have been the game-winning 2-point conversion in the end. Rico Dowdle is the next player to earn my Week 9 game ball. In a game where the Panthers thought they were going to lose, they proved that Dowdle was wrong and pulled it off. Dowdle was a big reason for that. He had 25 carries for 130 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. He has slowly cemented himself as the lead back in Carolina, even though he is splitting carries with Chuba Hubbard. Finally, our last game ball goes to quarterback Sam Darnold. Seattle took a risk in signing into a multi-year contract, but it paid off big time. In the recent game against Washington, he played a near perfect game. He went 21 of 24, making it an 87.5% completion percentage for 330 yards and 4 touchdowns, while of course adding 1 pick. And he did all of that without being sacked once. Darnold is playing like an MVP and will need to continue to do so, since the Niners and the Rams are right there with them in their division. At the start of the season, teams would make moves to bolster their roster, but it becomes more noteworthy when the trade deadline approaches. Let's take a look back at some of the biggest trades that have transpired earlier this week. We start off with the Jets, who honestly have made the biggest moves by trading away cornerback Sauce Gardner and defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Sauce was traded to the Colts, and Williams was traded to the Cowboys of all teams. Between the both of them, the Jets will now have 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks in 2026, while also having 3 first-rounders in 2027, giving them plenty of draft capital to work with. Rashid Shaheed is moving from down south in the Bayou to out west in the state of Washington. The Seahawks made a trade for the deep threat receiver by giving up a 2026 4th and 5th round pick. Seattle was already a dangerous team based on how they're playing this year, and now adding Shaheed to the offense gives them a great number 2 receiver to play alongside JSN. Lastly, the Las Vegas Raiders have traded wide receiver Jacoby Myers to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 2026 4th and 6th round pick. Myers was supposedly the number 1 option outside of Brock Bowers, but he wanted to be traded and he got his wish. Coming into Jacksonville, he helps out Trevor Lawrence in the wide receiver room, where they need to improve in order to have a chance to make the playoffs. Before we get to the power rankings, let's take a look at the current playoff picture to see what would have happened and which teams would have made the playoffs if the season were to end today. Going to the NFC, the Eagles would get the number 1 seed with the Bucks, Seahawks, and Packers getting the 2 through 4 seeds. And in the wildcard slots, the Rams, Niners, and Lions take the remaining seeds. And for those teams in the hunt, the Bears, Panthers, and Vikings would be some of the teams that would just miss the playoffs. The NFC has been very interesting to watch this year, especially with how close it is among all the teams, so anything can happen. For sure, the Eagles and the Bucs would have surefire shots to make the playoffs, but between the NFC North and West divisions, it is so tight between all these teams that anything could happen, and by points for or the division records could be the deciding factor in which team would make it and which would miss it. As for the AFC, nobody was expecting this. The Colts hold the number 1 seed with a 7-2 record, but so are the Patriots and the Broncos, who hold number 2 and number 3. Buffalo is where they want to be because they are still close with the winning for that division, so they could jump up to number 2 or remain at number 5. But I don't think anybody would have thought that at this point that the Kansas City Chiefs would be 5-4 on the year and in the hunt. I mean, it is good to see some new teams jump in, but who knows? The playoff picture could be really fun to watch for this season. Finally, it is time to see the power rankings. And believe me, what you will see here from this power rankings from this show will drastically change based on how next week will become. So, let's take a look at it. The Saints fall to last place after a blowout loss to the Rams, but it remains the same for most teams. But Arizona moves up to number 25 after they upset the Cowboys, who fell down number 23, in which they should have won that game. And the Ravens move up to 18 as they are now starting to get hot at the right time as they look to get back to how things were before. As for the top half, KC falls down to number 13 after their loss to Buffalo, which allows New England to reach top 10 territory for the first time. Green Bay definitely took a fall after losing to Carolina, and the Bucs, Rams, Seahawks, and Broncos move up. The Bills go to number 2, and the Eagles hold on to number 1 for now. That's all for today, and get ready for a new style of Sports Tavern Talk. There will be a special episode done in a different location, so stay tuned. And as always, I will see you next time.